Hello students, lecture 91. In this video lecture, we will discuss again Eco chapter 1, that is development, and we'll discuss two another important questions. First question is, what is per capita income and what are its drawbacks? Per capita income's drawbacks. And second question will be, what are the factors used in interstate comparison? That what terms do we use while comparing two states or more states? So let us start discussing first question, what is per capita income and what are its drawbacks? Per capita income is the total income of a country divided by its population in a particular year. Say for example, if total income of a country is say 100 crore rupees, and if population is also 100 crore, so then per capita income would be 100 crore divided by 100 crore, that is 1 rupee per person per year. So this is what is per, it is an example, so this is what is per capita income. And as we have discussed in other areas, that per capita income is the most common attribute in comparing two countries or two states. Then what are the drawbacks? Why do we say that there are limitations in using the per capita income for comparison between two countries? The first drawback is the total income is not such a useful measure, since countries are having different population and different incomes. Thereby, it hides disparities and does not tell us the exact development of the people. Meaning, a person as per capita income, a person who is not earning any money, say for example, a school going child is not earning, but as per capita income, his or her share is also equal to that of the earning parents. Similarly, a person might earn, say for example, a rickshaw puller. A rickshaw puller hardly earns 100 or 200 rupees a day, but his share in as per capita income is equal to that of an industrialist or a businessman who is earning lakhs of rupees a month or so. So this is what is. Another drawback of per capita income while using for comparing states and countries, large countries have large GDP and large population, but they have low per capita income, whereas small countries have small GDP and small populations, and they have high per capita income. Example of India and Sri Lanka. If we see in the table and we compare India and Sri Lanka, Sri Lanka's per capita income is very high than India's, whereas Sri Lanka's GDP, total money of country in 1 year, is very less compared to India. Similarly, its population is also, so per capita income is calculated. It means the countries with large GDP still have low per capita income, and countries with small GDP have high per capita income. So these are what are the drawbacks of per capita income. This is also important question and asked for 3 marks. So second question of this video is, what are the factors used in interstate comparison? That on what factors do we compare two or more states? So the first factor is infant mortality rate. Infant mortality rate indicates the number of children die before the age of 1 year as a proportion of 1000 live children born in a particular year. Meaning, out of 1000 children who are born, and how many die out of them till they get the age of 1 year. It means the states where more children die is less developed, and where less children die is more developed, because The death of children depends on health conditions, environmental conditions, education, nutrition level, and many factors are other accounting in infant mortality rate. Second factor is literacy rate. Literacy rate measures the proportion of educated population in the 7 and above years of age group. And as per Indian literacy rate definition, a person is called literate who can read and write and put his or her signatures. It is the definition of literacy rate. So, a country or a state in which more people know how to read and write and put their signatures are considered literate. So, that state is considered more developed than those where people are less able to read and write. Third factor is net attendance ratio. Net attendance ratio counts the number of children in the age group 14 and 15 years who are attending schools as a percentage of total number of children in the same age group. Meaning, a state where more children attend schools is more developed. A state where less children attend schools is less developed. Meaning, the availability of schools, facilities, other infrastructure, awareness, all these factors count in this regard. So, these are the three attributes or the factors used in interstate comparison. One is infant mortality rate, second is literacy rate, and third is net attendance ratio. So that's all for this video. Thank you very much. Keep on watching, listening, and reading.